Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the new Kilo, the Krig 6. We got it here for you. We have a sniper build and we have a long range build with insane bullet velocity, because bullet velocity is quite hard to get by in these Cold War guns because they're built for multiplayer. They weren't built for Warzone. So now we have to slap on maximum bullet velocity, probably with the 19.7 Ranger barrel. The last barrel adds effective damage range, as does the tech down barrel too, but they don't add actual bullet velocity. So that's kind of like, we want bullet velocity, especially because the Ranger gives plus 100%. I think in Warzone with the altered values, since it's not the real values, like it's 100% in Cold War, it's like 88%. And then you also do have the agency suppressor, which adds sound suppression and damage range. Steals some aim down sight speed away, but hey, at least you're getting more damage range. Since I don't have that unlocked, we're most likely going to be going for the muzzle brake. But let's first check out the base recoil of the gun in the game and see what we have to do then to counter it. Base recoil of the Krig is very non-existent. I mean, we pretty much just have a spray into the wall here, goes up a little bit, feels more or less like the Kilo, to be honest. As I said, you can just spray it absolutely perfectly inside, nothing more. A little bit horizontal left to right. The good thing against horizontal left to right, we have the perfect grip. Obviously, we sprayed this now with the 19.7 Ranger barrel because that's the one we're going to keep on. Then, as I said, the field agent grip is the one that takes care of the horizontal there and the vertical. So that's quite perfect. We, as a muzzle, we'll probably put on the muzzle brake and the agency suppressors. We have it unlocked, but until we don't have it unlocked, I would kind of put on the muzzle brake. Then there's also scope-wise the Visiontech and the Axial 3 arms. Let's start with the Axial 3 arms and then check out the Visiontech, because I made some experiments with the Visiontech and surprisingly it feels better. Then on top of that, the 60 round mag. I would currently take the Stanag, but I would also actually exchange that for the 51 mag as soon as I have that unlocked, but the Stanag it is for now. This would be now the equipped Krig 6. Let's shoot it here into a metal surface for better overview with the Axial 3 times. And you can see the recoil is quite non-existent. The most recoil is the scope itself. The spray is really stuck together nicely. There's a little bit horizontal bounce, but all in all, we can spray this really, really good and on point. We can just go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But what I said is that I feel a lot of the recoil comes from the scope. And now I would like to actually swap this scope out for the Vision 2 times and show you the gigantic difference in how it feels and shoots. We're actually looking at the Visiontech 2 times here. It has a decent reticle that I really like. You could also change that for a chevron. But look at the difference in how the recoil feels. Like with the Axial 3 times, the whole scope like wobbles and bounces. And if we look at the recoil, it also looks a little bit more clustered. So if we now would be going for spray, it's not even about is the recoil lower or not. It's about how does it feel. And look at that. I can just keep it so nicely on spot without a single issue because of the scope. Like the scope frame is not in any way distracting me. I can just spray this corner. It's like no problem. I can just clap Jimmy's booty left and right. And that's where I feel that the Visiontech 2 times is just so much better than the actual arms 3 times. Personal preference though. Tell me, what are your experiences with that? Easy sprays. Now, after all this testing, I would say this is the final build: muzzle brake, Ranger, Visiontech, field agent grip, and the Stanag. Obviously, I would take the last mag if I had it unlocked already, and here we can take the agency suppressor instead of the muzzle brake. The difference is not that much big with the muzzle brake, but the most important thing that we learned is that really the Visiontech 2 times is the vibe. Also, the Royal Cross 4X is super fun to shoot, but the problem is that it glints, because everything over 3.5 glints. I kind of noticed that as someone actually shot at me. How would we build this gun though now as a sniper support gun? Surprisingly, not much would change. Realistically, as a sniper support gun, you would like to have some more ADS speed and you would like to have a lower scope. So we have to change the scope and we have to find a bonus attachment that we could change for ADS speed. So what we would do is we would change the Visiontech for the Microflex LED to make it close quarter combat effective more, and then we would change the muzzle from the muzzle brake to the speed tape for more ADS speed, and with that we would have a double combination of being able to zoom in, super bullet velocity, low recoil, and we should be clapping all in all. Let's actually try this out, how the recoil is, and then shoot the one or the other person. Now, how is the recoil on the sniper version? I would not even call it the sniper version. You could also play this together with the SMG, because look at this. You can spray this on any distance. Like, screw the bonus magnification the scope has to offer. The tiny microflex LED just gives you this absolute no recoil feeling. I would feel comfortable with shooting someone on 100 meters and more with that. I mean, screw the actual recoil, what's coming. I mean, you're going up here in a line that's more or less normal as it is before, but you just feel like you're absolutely in and you're good to go. You crouch, you spam, you shoot, and you just... And the failed recoil is so low. You should be able to track someone super down with that. The scope wobble bobble is not obstructing you. You can just go and clap some Jimmy completely down. I really do like how the Microflex LED version feels. It's getting more and more to the point where I like the Microflex version over the actual Visiontech version because it's just so clean with the scope. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be the final version of the Sniper Krig. Very fantastic, very good ADS speed. As I said, speed tape for Serpent Wrap would make the gun even better. Stanak for the last one. And when it comes down to the scope, it's really your personal preference. I like the Microflex LED because it feels like the holo with a blue dot from Warzone, from Modern Warfare. I really do adore the Microflex LED there. But what would we pair this gun with now? Which would be our sniper of choice? What would I pair this with? Currently with the Perlington. As you can see, my Perlington does not have really many levels, but still, even though with the standard blueprint here of Stabilizer, Extended, Vandal, Speedloader, Speed Tape, and Duster Pan, the gun feels like hit scan. I don't know what it is about the Perlington's bullet velocity, but the Perlington itself, even with the standard bullet velocity barrel, you have later some more stuff, does feel like it is hit scan up to 150 meters, and it has a really nice recoil speed, and the zoom is also very good. Highly recommend you to give it a try and tell me what you think about it, how it compares to the other sniper rifles, because for me personally, it's just brilliant. You don't have to pair this together with a sniper. You could also pair this together with an SMG and then actually go crazy on the SMG lifestyle. Right now, I'm running my Mac10 very simple. I put on the 6.1 reinforced barrel because it gives you bullet velocity and effective damage range. Yes, you lose some sprinting move speed and aim walk movement speed, but your gun is already an insane movement speed beast. I put on the 5 milliwatt laser because it's 36% hipfire improvement and it's just way too good. When it comes down to the barrels, I'm unsure if I actually want to have the 53 or the 43. I kind of like the 43 more, especially because the 53 has a higher ADS time penalty, and 43 seemed like more than enough. But that really comes down to your personal preference. The grip, I would actually take the level 41 grip, which I do not have yet, so I choose the standard 4 but obviously the normal grip, the one that takes care of horizontal and vertical recoil control, is just the best. And then you could also, last but not least, put again the suppressor on, or just the normal muzzle brake, however you feel about that. Yes, you could also put on like a speed tape for ADS speed, but the gun is already fantastic ADS speed wise. And with this gun, I'm just slapping jimmies left and right, and I can, especially due to the muzzle brake and the 4 plus the 41 4 soon to come, just spray also people on 20, 30, 40 meter range if I have to. But that's also where we have the blue dot gun for. So this is a fantastic combination too, to clap jimmies left and right. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our Krig gameplay explained video with some scenes in between. Tell me if you definitely want more of these gameplay scenes in between, also in the explained styled videos, so I know if I have to add them or not, if it's worth it or not, to just give you a slight feeling for how good the gun actually beams. Obviously, they're not always in real game situation. Might be plunder pre-game lobby, so I just get a feeling for the guns, because that is kind of like with custom games not existing the way to do it. Thank you for supporting the channel so much. Also with the Cold War release, it's kind of like a rough time on YouTube figuring out which hashtags and tags and everything actually to use, but the good content is coming, the good content is rolling, and I promise you loadouts for every single new gun out there to come. Enjoy your time in Verdansk, get your weapons leveled. You definitely will get more and a better feeling in the next days with the videos to come, what you should level. Also have an eye on the Type 63, it's a sleeper gun. See you soon in Verdansk.